Good morning and welcome to Mindset Mondays with DTK. This is episode 97 in an ongoing series of live broadcasts. This series is designed for folks with a growth mindset or those who'd like to develop one. It's the opportunity to explore new ideas, try on new mindsets. All right, so if you'll take a quick moment and click share underneath this video, invite your community, your friends, your colleagues to join this conversation. The more we have in the conversation, the richer the play. All right, so here's the chance we get to play with today, right? And that is a quote from Joan Borysenko, right? And this is, it's a concept that I hold very close. This has sort of been my rule of thumb for being a choice. Every day brings a choice to practice stress or to practice peace. And although such an opportunity to take this more to a global or a political scale, but I want to pull this to an individual. This is truly the simplest way to look at how much we're at choice on a daily basis, right? We are constantly presented with powerful opportunities for growth every day and in every moment. And I'll give Elaine credit for the phrase, we stand at a delicious moment of choice. We have an amazing opportunity to choose in every moment to either practice stress or practice peace. And it's that freeing. I mean, it's incredibly freeing. So this is sort of timely for what's happening in the next couple of weeks. I leave the country Saturday, this coming Saturday. And given the part of the world that I'm going to be in and where we're going to be during the day in the 7-hour time shift, I'm not sure yet whether or not I'm going to be able to do the Mindset Mondays broadcast for the next 2 weeks, for the 23rd or for the 30th. In both cases, I stand a very good chance of being completely off the grid and away from a connection where I can have a computer. And I've been starting to get totally stressed about this because unfortunately, this app that we use, the BeLive app, doesn't allow me to initiate a broadcast from an iOS device or any mobile device. And so as we're getting ready and getting planned, and I've got all the images set up, and I've got all the emails set up, and I've got everything going. And unfortunately, the platform doesn't allow. I know, Dwayne, perfect. Yes, I went to the idea of pre-record them, but here's the problem: I have to launch the broadcast, and I'm trying to figure out who on my team is going to be in town, who can do this. And I started to get all stressed. I mean, I'm getting even wound up. What do you mean? I'm getting stressed even thinking about it. And I realized 97 episodes straight, haven't missed one. I'm going to be off the grid. So how bad is it to let it go and to have a break for a couple of weeks and come back in January strong? And choosing to be at peace with whatever happens, right? If I'm in a place where I can launch a broadcast, fantastic. If I'm not, I'm not. And I look at this like, oh, yeah, Dwayne, truly, just breathe, right? And it's the simple piece of being at choice and choosing in every moment and at every moment to either practice stress or practice peace. And the word practice really caught me in Borysenko's quote, as does one really practice stress? I see it as at every day brings a choice to surrender to stress, or for that matter, to surrender to peace. I don't have a clear handle on the idea of practicing stress. Does one practice stress? No, but the choices one makes and our behavior set, our practice, can be leading towards or leaning into stress or surrendering to stress. For me, I mean, that's the piece for me. When I begin to feel that stress come up, I can choose to step back from it and take another path, or just surrender and lean into the stress and go hog wild and get all wound up. The latter I do out of habit. My pattern has been when the stress starts to rise, my default was always, for the first 40 odd years, let it go. Sometimes you need to scream it out to get past it and give into the, no, that doesn't serve. And that's, I think, for me, a better way to play the quote would absolutely be, every day brings a choice to surrender to stress or to practice peace. I don't see a willingness, a willfulness. I don't see a leaning in a way that serves to stress. I see that as a surrender. But again, that's the opportunity. Focusing on what's important, choosing what serves. When stress raises its head, or the opportunity for stress to rise, that's the opportunity to lean into peace, to, as Dwayne says, focus on breath. Just focus on what's important. Get centered. Breathe, pace, reclaim the brain, and re-engage in what's happening around you. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be absolutely that simple. Every day brings a choice to surrender to stress or to practice peace. What if it were that simple? How powerful is it to live at choice, to be at peace and make that the active choice? How powerful is it to be at that delicious moment of choice and to actively choose rather than surrender? Heard a story on the news this morning that just in Georgia alone, given where the economy is right now, we're expecting 3 million more Georgians this year to be traveling than there were last year. Looking at it being the largest travel holiday period in history. And they were rattling off on the news when it's likely to be at its worst and how to navigate the increased traffic. And that's both road and air. And it's going to be like that all over the country. Live in a hub city, you're going to experience traffic. An increased travel load. They say the afternoon of the 26th of December should be nightmarish on the roads and in the air. And I know that I have a practice during December of avoiding all the neighborhoods around the malls. It's just not worth putting myself in an environment of stress. Choosing to practice peace. Small shops, small businesses outside the mall areas, shopping online, doing your shopping way in advance before December. Because being in a stressful environment, surrounded by people who are stressed, doesn't work for me. And the more I can practice peace, the more I can put myself in scenarios where I'm not surrounded by folk who are stressed. Makes it a lot easier. So where do you have opportunities to shift how you engage and where you engage, and to create the conditions where it's easier to default to practicing peace, where you can reduce the opportunity for stress and therefore the opportunity to surrender to stress? There's your opportunity. Create the conditions around you that support practicing peace. So I'm excited to figure out whether or not I'll be doing a live broadcast on the 23rd, or how I'll be doing a different type of broadcast, if one at all, on the 23rd. So watch your email. So this week we'll be figuring that out. And Dwayne, love the offer. Thank you. And it's an opportunity for me to find out what this will look like when it's easy, how to practice peace and still maintain ritual. So we shall see. One way or the other, I appreciate your being here for all of these broadcasts and today. And if I don't see you during December, then I will see you in January. And for now, between now and the next time you meet, what mindset will you choose?